A jolly good morning to you from a still dark, fairly chilly autumnal morning here in Luton, more specifically Luton Airport, London Luton Airport even. And today I'm going to be going on a day trip to one of my favourite cities, a city I've been to a fair few times over the years, so I'm not going to be doing a tourist romp up to Arthur's Seat or the Castle or the Witchery tour or those other headline trips that you can do. Today's trip is going to be a bit of a public transport random romp around the city, predominantly on the tram, as that's the mode of transport I'll be using from Edinburgh Airport into the city. I'm going to grab myself the day pass and go to Leith, which is an extension now on the Edinburgh Tram since I last went anyway, but I think it's been open at least a year. And have a few hopping off points. I've got myself about 5 hours in Edinburgh, which is obviously nothing like enough, but for a little day out at a reasonably low cost, I think it was an ideal opportunity just to get up there and have a look around that beautiful city and maybe hop off the tram at some places I've not been to before. So come along, I'll get into prices later on, the day pass on the tram, the cost of the flights with EasyJet to Edinburgh and back, how I got those fares, etc, etc, and any other incidental costs I come across. But as far as I can see, other than getting to the airport here in this morning and getting home again, which I won't get into because that would apply to be different for everybody, and the various options that you would choose to take, be it bus, coach, train, park your car, that kind of thing. I've got plenty of suggestions on how to save money doing that too on other videos, but I'll leave that for today. Yeah, so let's get through security. I've got virtually nothing with me today to bother security, so just my little rucksack, a few little incidentals, earphones, that kind of thing, and let's go. I need a coffee. Well, that was super efficient. I'm one of those travellers that likes to arrive an hour early rather than a minute late, as you well know, with low-cost carriers, arriving a minute late can potentially mean not travelling at all, unless they're running half an hour late, of course, then you might be okay. Oh, wow, that was loud. It nearly dropped the camera. As I was saying, yeah, get here nice and early, not too busy. For the record, it's what day of the week is it? It's a Tuesday in October. Oh no, not near the school holidays. So despite that fact, it is still pretty busy here. Luton Airport is a busy airport, and you will need to allow time for that. But the whole process through security there couldn't have taken more than approximately 5 minutes. All right, flight showing on time, which is good news. I won't be joining the early morning beer drinkers. What's that all about? Who knows? But I will be drinking the early morning coffee drinkers and grabbing a sandwich to eat later on. And then I'm going to go and chill out and have a look at some planes through the windows. Certainly shan't be spending money in these expensive stores here. I brought everything I need with me for a day trip to Edinburgh. Also now, if you like this video, please click on the like button, press subscribe and the yellow bell if you would like to be notified of new videos. I've got one planned for a couple of months' time actually. Going to ride all three budget airlines, well, not all three, but the three largest budget airlines of the UK, that being EasyJet, Ryanair and Wizz Air in one day. And look out for that one. It's not going to be out for a couple of months, but subscribe if you're interested to see how I get on there. I'll come up with some scoring method, see how they get on based on punctuality, friendliness of staff, check-in arrangements, all that kind of thing. I'll be literally travelling like I am today, light, with no bells and whistles added in, such as luggage, pre-assigned seating, front row seats. I'll get what I'm given and sit where I'm sat, and I'll man up and take what I'm given. But it'll be an even sort of arrangement. That'll be, as I say, that'll be a couple of months, maybe about New Year. This particular video is probably going to be out in October, November time. So yeah, sign up if you're interested in that. Not the early wave has now set off from the airport. It's very busy in here this morning though, but there's been a mad rush for the sort of 7:30 departures. This flight is 8:20 and boarding already, a good 45 minutes before departure time, which makes me think we might be on a remote stand and going on a bus. Anyway, let's head down to gate 41 and get on our way to Edinburgh. Okay, so everyone queuing up for the flight, and then suddenly an announcement that the plane had only just landed, and we're going to wait 20 to 30 minutes maximum, quote unquote. I think what's happened is there's a technical issue with the aircraft that we're supposed to be using. They didn't tell us that, but the aircraft that was listed on flight radar has been here all night long, and I'm guessing if I look in a moment there'll be a different aircraft reg shown. Slight lack of info, but they seem confident that once they've cleared the aircraft, they've done an aircraft swap, and presumably we'll get a new boarding gate. Let's have a look what they're doing. It's still showing as boarding gate 41. I'm just going to hover around here. 20-30 minutes, not too big a deal. Incidentally, once I do get to Edinburgh, what I'm going to do is take the tram right to the other end of the line at Leith and start working my way back slowly. So at least if anything does happen in terms of the trams or whatever, I'm gradually making my way closer to the airport because I can't really afford to miss the flight coming back later on. Right, let's see what happens. There's certainly been no change of aircraft. This aircraft's been here all night. I think probably the information given to the boarding gate crew was lost in translation, and for my money I reckon it's either a crew were late getting here, operating another flight, or deadheading from somewhere. That'll be my guess. But we're on our way. It's going to be a little bit late leaving, but nothing too horrendous, probably 15 minutes. We should be on our way, which is pretty good. And welcome to a quite busy actually Edinburgh airport this morning. Lots and lots of people about. That little delay leaving Luton resulted in about a 15-minute delay arriving here in Edinburgh, but I've got no bags, nothing to collect, pick up or do anything. No immigration of course, so straight out, going to hunt out the tram. And as I say, I was going to head to the furthest far end in Leith and work my way back to the airport during the day. I can see the sign there, it's quite clear. It's not going to be confusing as to how to find a tram. I've already bought my ticket online on their on the app, which I would recommend you do, and there's a selection of different tickets to choose from, dependent on your needs. The ticket I've got is an all-day ticket that includes the airport as well. You may just want to get into the city, which will be a slightly different price. And of course you've got things like Airlink as well. I do believe the ticket I've just paid for includes Airlink if I decide to come back that way, but I'm fairly certain. Oh no, I've taken a wrong turning. Too busy talking, not paying attention. Story of my life. So the journey time to Newhaven, which is the other end of the line, is approximately 57 minutes. Obviously it's going to take that in total to come back again. And if I hurry, I should just get this tram. The line now, Ocean Terminal's the next stop, then Newhaven, and we will be at the end of the line. Strange thing happened there actually. A lady got on the tram and the conductor came along. Yeah, don't try and dodge buying the tickets, they're up and down, very keen. She went straight up to him, she said, "I'm banned on the buses," showed a card, and he said, "Oh, okay, love, no worries," and she stayed on. So I don't know if there's a separate ticket for the buses in certain circumstances. But banned on the buses, but yeah, you can get on a tram. Interesting, very interesting. I may have misheard it, but that's definitely what I thought I heard. So, welcome to Newhaven. It's the kind of fishing port area of Edinburgh. It used to be a separate village or town. It's all kind of joined together now, really. I will put a couple of links in the description box if you want to click on those, and it'll give you an idea of what's here. It does seem to focus on the fish market and getting fish and chips and so on. So I'm not going to spend too long here, I don't think. I'm just going to have a little wander about for a few minutes and not get the next tram back, because that's the one I just came on. They might think I'm start raving bonkers. They might be right. But if you do get here, there's an Asda and a Greggs, which is always comforting to know. Do believe I probably need to be heading up this way. So I'm just going to have a little look up here, head back to the tram stop, and then go back to the Ocean Terminal, see how close I can get to the Royal Yacht Britannia, which is moored there. You can go on visits around it. And be shown where the Queen used to sleep as she sailed all around the world. I have absolutely no time at all to do that today, but I'm sure for some that'd be very interesting indeed. Certainly nice. The tram is certainly a good way of having a kind of a little tourist ride through the city at public transport prices. You get a good view of the castle and Princes Street and the centre of the city, and all the interesting old buildings that you can look at. But I would say the best way to see Edinburgh is, once you do get to the city centre, is on foot, have a good look around, and just use the public transport to get you out and about to places further afield, such as accommodation, the airport and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's all a bit quiet down here this morning, so I'm on Anfield, not the one, not even spelt the same as the one in Liverpool. So I'm just going to walk up to the end here. Google Maps was saying that New Haven itself is about a 9-minute walk. I've probably done 5 of it now, so I can't be too far away. Have a little look around, mooch about, and head back to the tram, and then go to, I'm just going to slowly work my way back until the time it takes from that place that I've got to the airport equals the time I've still got left, if that makes sense to you. It says it took 57 minutes. I would actually say that took an hour and 10 minutes, but there did seem to be a few prolonged stops in the city centre, presumably at traffic lights. I don't really know because I was at the very back of the tram, but I can certainly smell fish and chips just now, and I can see a sign with Fish Market Square, so just going to have a little look around here and then head back again.
It sound right, boy.
As it says there, New Haven Main Street. Not exactly a hive of activity. Maybe I'm missing something. Well, this is Fish Market Square, so I don't know where the actual fish market is. Interesting. It's slightly too early for fish and chips anyway, but as always, it's always nice to see the sea. Interesting looking pub, the Harbour Inn just here. Pier House, seafood bar and grill. I think I saw that mentioned as a good place for a slightly more upmarket fish meal with prosecco and what have you. In fact, there's a sign there: Welsh fishmonger, finest selection of sustainably sourced fresh fish and shellfish. Daily specials, free parking. Oh, we like free parking. As I say, it's probably slightly too early for fish suppers, as in it's not even noon yet, so have a little look around here anyway. I can certainly smell fish. There's a brewer's fair up there, but I certainly wouldn't be going to anywhere like that if I came here for a meal. A few little fishing boats bobbing about here. This area. This reminds me of the Fisherman's Wharf area down in, not San Francisco. You think I was going to say, for instance, San Francisco, weren't you? In Fremantle, Western Australia. Except the weather there is usually clear blue skies and warm and sunny, even in the middle of winter. It's quite nice weather. So, but here we are in the north of Britain, in Scotland, and you will not find Western Australia weather here. However, you will find some fantastic things, most of which at the moment, a traditional fish and chip shop is there. This is the one that was mentioned. As I say, it's slightly too early for me at the moment, which is a pity, because there's one thing I absolutely love, and that is fish and chips. I'm not sure they're actually ready to go yet. None of the heating trays seem to have much in, and they don't seem to have anything in. Right, onwards, and there's fishmongers as well. So, well, we found the fish market, so that's a good thing. Oh, that looks nice in there. Much fishmongers. And then you've got a few other options that are above and beyond fish. Mexican bar and grill here. Curry bowl, burgers. Do they sell? Can't see it on there. That's just food though, or chatter. That's so certain parts of Spain you can get horchata, tiger nut milk, and in Mexico too. Some of these places do actually sell it, although it does tend to be the bottled version rather than in-house made, like you'll get in Valencia, for example. What the old box was, looks like an old police box. Right, I'm going to head back to the tram. It said the walk back to the ocean terminal was 15 minutes. So I think I will drop on a tram rather than walk it. I will be very mindful of the amount of time I've got today. But this is fantastic. As I say, I'll get to the prices of all of this later on. And it's one of those things that you can look out for. If it fits in with your schedule, you might well be able to grab yourself a bargain trip. I intend to do Belfast as soon as I can, Glasgow, Dublin. I've got some European ones coming up fairly soon as well. My new European stuff won't be until the new year. The British stuff between now and Christmas. Rish's Indian aroma. I see. I'm saying nothing. So as I say, at the next stop, the Ocean Terminal, you'll find the Royal Yacht Britannia, which is a museum, and you can have a look around it. No idea about prices to go in, if indeed there are any. Museums are usually free in the UK, but I'm guessing not all of them. And you can also look around the New Haven distillery. There's a distillery that you can go for a look around. I'm sure that would involve a cost, and probably a wee dram at the end of it as well, should you so desire. Is the end of the tram line, or the beginning, depending on which way you view things. There's a tram arriving now, which is convenient, but how long it'll take for it to set off back in the other direction, I do not know. Right, here we are, Ocean Terminal, and I see a coach tour there with Regal Tour on the front of it, presumably a coach full of people wishing to have a look around the Royal Yacht. I'm just going to head through there now, follow the signs, see how close I can get and have a look. It's well signposted, that's for sure. You seem to be going through some kind of shopping mall though to get to it, which might be handy because I'm starting to get a little bit peckish now. My return boarding card has flashed up on my phone already, which means I'm 4 hours to departure time. So that clock is still ticking. Well, it says Ocean Terminal. That is a hall. Aha. That could be lunch sorted out. Cheeky Greg's on the go. The Wee Museum of Memory. Costa in here as well. Not sure what's upstairs, don't really have time to bother with that. There's a ship's propeller. Yeah, it's this It's obviously an old shipping ocean terminal converted into a shopping mall. Very interesting. Ocean Terminal Barbers and Stylists. Start your tour, the Royal Yacht Britannia. Okay, so there's a list of prices. I know presumably you can do some that involve getting you here as well, coach tours, bus rides and all the rest of it, but to get in, £19.50 for adults, discounts for students and children, family 2 adults and up to 3 children, £50. So that could be an interesting day out or afternoon out at least. Doesn't look like you need to pre-book. People seem to be just queuing up there to go in and buy a ticket on the entrance, so probably worth Googling however, just to make sure. The obligatory gift shop there, where you can get lots of things with the Union flag on, pictures of the late Queen and who would have been the last monarch to actually, as a monarch, sail in the royal yacht. It was decommissioned, taken out of service and turned into a museum long before King Charles, or Prince Charles, became King Charles. Obviously he's been on it, they've all been on it. What a way to sail around the seas to see your subjects. It's a slightly unusual kind of shopping mall really, but I suppose if you're in here, and I need a few bits and pieces while you're going to see the Royal Yacht, and it's going to fit your your needs. So the joy and the beauty of Britain, everywhere you go you'll find a Greggs. And I've not tried this one before, but there's a katsu curry slice in there, so I'm going to wait for the tram, move on to the next stop and enjoy that. Hopefully enjoy it. It certainly looks in good nick and it's nice and warm as well, so should be good. It's the Port of Leith distillery, not the New Haven distillery. I knew there was something to do with it, but there's been advertised up there actually. See the whisky making process in action in the UK's first vertical distillery, situated a short walk from our ocean terminal tram stop, which is where I am right now. Here comes the next one. I'm going to go up now to where's the next stop? Wherever the next stop is. Misleading, to be honest with you. Google's saying there's one coming in a minute, and indeed there is one coming in a minute according to the signs up here. Next one's in 8, 7, 9 and 12 minutes. So anyway, going to the shore now. Right, so this is the shore. Used to be the port area that used to get the ships from the Baltic states and the Low Countries. Was a bustling port area. Now it's a bustling high-end restaurant area with some very nice apartments, and it's an area with quite a nice vibe indeed. There's the tram stop just there, showing the next one in 11 minutes, but since they're supposed to be every 7 minutes at this time of day, I don't think those screens are really working properly. There's a few Michelin starred restaurants here as well, apparently, none of whom resonated with me, but then again I'm the guy that just had Greggs for lunch, so that tells you all you need to know about my knowledge of restaurants. So there you go. Just going to take a little stroll up here. It's an interesting looking pub up there. Maloney's looking like, so an Irish pub, and heavily advertising Guinness, so that looks like the place to go if you fancy a pint of the dark stuff. It's a nice area here actually, it's quite nice. Just had a few minutes little stroll. Love the buildings here. Maritime Lane, Constitution Street, yep. And if you actually call this as being part of Edinburgh, certainly get here on the Edinburgh trams. This would definitely be a place to head down to for lunchtime or an evening. Lots of bars, lots of tea rooms, all that kind of good stuff that we all like. Some nice architecture to look at as well. Of the walk now, which is one end of the Leith Walk, and apparently there's a nice park here. It's a cultural centre, which is more for the evening time. There's cafes and bars and so on to go and visit. I'm just having a just a little mooch around for a few minutes as time is ticking on here. The foot of the walk pub here though is a Wetherspoons, so let's see, 179 Belhaven Brewery. That's a local, isn't it? That's, if I'm not mistaken, that's an Edinburgh brewery. I don't really know, but 179. And then let's have a look at a more premium brand, 263 for Carlin. I think if it were me, I'd be going for the Belhaven. It's quite weak though, 3.9. Yeah. Anyway, what we got here then? Got a big Tesco's over there. Oh yeah, just general sort of centre of the shopping area really, just here with our post office, Boots, and a tram with the driver training in it. Has it got passengers as well? No, it hasn't. No, it's just driving it empty. Fair play. We've all got to learn how to do these things. Let's have a little look around here. See if there's another Greg's or something similar. This it's quite a crisp day. I did notice a distinct difference in temperature from leaving Luton earlier on to arriving here in Edinburgh. Saying that, it's dry here. It was raining in Luton. As a bit of a fan of trams, I love European cities that have got tram systems. Most European cities set their tram system up before cars existed, and therefore are still in a position where they mostly take priority over road vehicles, whereas here in Edinburgh this is a more recent thing, and it's where trams are coming back and they've had to retake over roads or share roads with cars. quite often the case is that they're stuck in traffic just the same as cars are. There are certain parts of this Edinburgh tram route that are dedicated, that I think were used to be normal heavy rail lines. Right, what can I say about here really? Not a huge amount, it's just a usual array of shops. There's another Greggs, of course there's going to be a Greggs. They're everywhere now. Right, so about, where am I now? Not Balfour Street. Right, going to walk back to Princes Street in the centre of Edinburgh from here. Going to leave the trams alone now until I need to go back to the airport. I've got plenty of time now, as long as I allow. Approximately 30 to 45 minutes from Princes Street back to the airport. That'll be easy to manage as they're so frequent. So I'm going to, as I say, take a walk here via Piccadilly Place and to Princes Street and get some nice views of Edinburgh Castle before I head back to the airport. What a fantastic day this has been. It's a bit of a suburb here, another area of plenty of bars, restaurants and cafes and so on. Look it up. And Piccadilly Place similarly. In fact, the whole of Edinburgh really is a good place for eating out and having good fun and enjoying yourself. Like a nice little wander around the outer areas of cities. Not the residential bits quite so much, because they're just residential bits. Some are interesting and you come across some hidden gems sometimes that you really weren't expecting to find. But Edinburgh seems to have interesting things around pretty much every corner, along with a mishmash of the very regular. Wondering what's the furthest you can be from a Greggs while in Edinburgh, because there are loads of them here. Maybe a bad thing, maybe a good thing, but at least you know what you're going to get there. Same with Wetherspoons, isn't it? It's a steady uphill slog back to the city centre. Piccadilly Place. I presume we pronounce it like that. Picardy. Piccadilly sounds better, I think. Again, a vibrant area, plenty going on, plenty of places. You know when you're getting back towards the centre of the city though, because there's a John Lewis's there. I'll be taking their route just up there. Through a mile now again. all the usual here. Nothing worth hanging about for. It's like they want to lock you inside these malls, especially the ones that are on multi-levels, where one end of it has an access point at a different level to the other because it's on a hill. Here is a fine example of that. Then Google Maps gets lost inside and you're suddenly wandering about in this shopping mall where you don't really want to be. So eventually you find the exit, which I've done here. About 10 minutes from Princes Street now. Just walking past Harvey Nicks to my left. It's quite high-end shops here in Edinburgh. And we're pretty much in the city centre now. North St Andrews Street, if for those that know my whereabouts. Find another tram stop. Yeah, St Andrews Square. This is where you'll get off Waverley Station, I do believe, and that'll be your main mainline station to take you down to London. Street, just down there a little bit, turn right and we're on to Princes Street, the absolute heart of Edinburgh. Let's take a little mooch around here for a while before I go looking for a tram heading back to that airport. There's definite till the ivy springing up everywhere, aren't they? Ever since that original one in London. I'm not sure it's really the same thing when they become like a chain, do you? No, I doubt it. My previous visits to Edinburgh, they've mostly started and finished here at the railway station, and I've not really ventured much more than I'll say about a mile from here in all directions. There's Waverley Station just there. However, I'm going EasyJet today, flying back to Luton. I'm going to head up to Princes Street and have a little mooch about there before I get a taxi, get a tram, which should be easy to time now. Takes, just as I say, takes about 30-35 minutes from here. I'm going to allow 45 to be on the safe side. Got no bags to check in, nothing like that, so straight through. Hopefully they'll be boarding fairly soon after I get there. But as always, don't leave things too late, just in case anything happens and you end up missing it, because they will not wait for you. In a month or two's time there'll be the annual Edinburgh Christmas market, and this is where it will be. So if you do decide to pop up by train just for the day, or indeed fly up, then this is where you head to, Princes Street or St Andrews Square tram stop, or Waverley Station obviously, and pretty sure this is where it all is. You've got the National Gallery over there. Some beautiful buildings here in Edinburgh. Let's look over there. And of course the castle. Street Gardens, which actually, now I think about it, there we go, siren as usual. Pretty sure the Christmas market's here as well, if not only here. I might have got it wrong about the other area actually. But anyway, whichever, it's just off Princess Street and very close to Waverley Station, so you won't be able to miss it. And of course, in homage to the sheer amount of rain that falls here in Scotland, just look how green that grass is. In fact, it's doesn't look quite so green on my screen. I'm not sure how it's going to come out on the vlog, but it does rain a lot here, and it is always, the grass is usually always quite green, as is today. Plenty of more touristy things you can do here in Edinburgh, obviously, other than just wandering around on the tram like I've done today, and plenty to keep you busy for quite some time. I remember going many years ago, I presume it still happens, a thing called a witchery tour at night, where people dressed a bit strangely jump out at you and try and scare the living daylights out of you, a bit like the London Dungeon, but outside. If you like that sort of thing, then give it a try. I thought it was really rather amusing. That, of course, is the castle on the rock there, and the origin of the rock, which, as you'll see, was a volcano. Highly unlikely for it to go off today, so we should be okay. So that's pretty much my time up here. I'm going to have to head back to the airport in a few minutes. I'm just going to go and find a shop just to grab a drink and a little small snack while I'm on the tram. But I hope you enjoyed this video. It's slightly different than just going to all the main tourist attractions. If you liked it, please press like, subscribe if you want to see some more, and the yellow bell if you want to be notified when other videos come out. As I say, I'm going to be doing 3 in a day, the big 3 in a day, fairly soon, which will be pretty much comparing EasyJet, Ryanair and Wizz Air all on the same day, see how they get on, see if I even make it. It's been my second attempt to do it. The first attempt was a complete fail due to a 2.5 hour delay on Wizz Air, which I could not overcome. And so anyway, thank you for watching. If there's anything else of interest between here and arriving back at Luton, I'll add it on to the end. If not, cheers for watching, catch you again soon. Bye for now. Let's try and say goodbye again. I forgot to mention the prices of all of this. Right, so I'm not going to go on about cost of car parking at airports or how you get there. That's individual for everybody. I live quite close to Luton Airport, and it didn't cost me very much at all. So the airfare, I went on to Skyscanner, looked where I could go to on today for a day trip to somewhere. Could have been in Europe, and 1 or 2 options came up. And Edinburgh popped up at approximately £31 return, possibly slightly more if I'd made the day longer and got an earlier flight from Luton or a later one back, but the ones I chose suited me fine, so that was that. I noticed an offer with trip.com where you can get £10 off your flight for your first 3 bookings using their app. So I applied that discount, which made it £21. Also, that's quite a handsome discount on such a low fare in the first place. The all-day pass on the buses and trams here, including the airport, is £12, and I've spent a few quid at Greg's while I've been here, but I might well have done that if I was at home anyway. And now it is absolutely chucking it down, so again I'm going to say cheerio, thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next one.